Hello, welcome to Lost Cub, as we are joined with the adventures of Anton the Edgelord. Um, so, it's hard to describe to somebody as part of a date after you go bowling that, hey, boo, do you want to go strip club shopping with me? That's the way he pitches it. He knows she's going to laugh. He expected that she was going to laugh. He laughed the first time he did it in the mirror a couple of times. He had to practice saying it with a straight face. Um, So, with the following soundtrack in the private chat, I want you to picture to yourself with Istanbul, not Constantinople, as the theme, as they journey from strip club to strip club in Roanoke, admiring some of the view, like, huh, hmm. It's an odd thing to go, and I quote, strip club shopping. Um, but they make a time of it. There's drinks. There is plenty of laughs to have because let's be real. This is like probably two people in like their late teens, early 20s, dicking around, walking around, probably not even and taking it very seriously because you know what? Why would they? So yeah,
except way more aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, exactly. So probably by the third one, Anton is like, the strip club shopping's not a bad idea when you think about it.
Oh, and it totally doesn't sound super axe murdery.
I mean, I told myself that by like the fourth time I said it in the mirror, and then I had to turn around, and one of the people I was staying with was like, "What you're doing? What?" And I was like, "You wouldn't understand."
How many times did you practice in the mirror?
About 8 before I stopped laughing.
How many times after you stopped laughing?
1 or 2 times, just to make sure I didn't get the extra giggles. Even then, when I saw your face, I was suppressing it pretty hard.
Are we? You're not. You know what? How you're planning to make this work is none of my business. But I'm just
trying to find out what sort of stuff club would I be looking for, essentially. Like, I thought it'd be better to get your opinion on it since you are, after all, a very good dancer and you know exactly the type of environment I'm looking for. So I was consulting you as an opinion.
She like fans herself with the hand, like, oh, I know, like just.
So I was just trying to do that. And then the fact that it'd be nice to get like a drink with you as well. So, and plus doing this is just fucking sad and lonely. He looks around like, whew.
Aw, don't say that. I work in one of these.
On your own, wandering around strip clubs. Come on, that's pretty sad.
I mean, not if you're enjoying yourself.
I mean, I am enjoying myself, but you know what I mean.
I mean, you don't have to just be sad about the no touchy, or you could pay extra.
Yeah, I've never been into that sort of thing. I mean, I don't mind it. It's just I'm more of the like I like to go out to the club type guy. You know what I mean?
Oh, you want to be able to like actually interact with women? Crazy thought.
I mean, I know, right? Jeez, the fuck wants to do that?
I know, right? Exactly. Women are complicated and scary.
I know. I mean, you're frightening me right. I mean, you're frightening me right now. You're just, Mm-hmm.
It's the bangs, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no, I'm terrified, and I don't know what to do. I just want to back away into the corner. Yeah.
All right. Well, now that we've looked at some amazingly okay, they're not garbage. They're just. I mean, they're not the McDonald's strip clubs. They're just kind of like the. Let's say like the Chipotle of strip clubs.
Yeah. This is pretty grimy.
I mean,
it's grimy. It's pretty grimy.
You know, the standard order tables and chairs, and it's sad. It's kind of sad.
That's pretty grimy.
One of them had the mirrors behind the stage. Did you see that?
Yeah, I spotted that. So what?
God, you need to capitalize on as many angles as possible. Like flicks the hair back, like
So what would you suggest then, Maisie? Since you're the expert in this field.
well, let's do it this way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to like the busy downtown area where the clubs are.
Okay.
So she points like, turn there. There's a lot of people going this way. That seems good. Like
Mm-hmm.
and what we're gonna do is we're gonna find something that's really close, like walking distance of a restaurant maybe, but not right in the middle. Like she's got the hands out, like, not right in the middle. You want it to feel just a little bit like they're getting out of the mainstream, just so that, I don't know, their wife won't see them or whatever.
All right.
Exclusive, but not actually far enough away that it would be an effort to like walk over to a restaurant or, I don't know, a corner store or something.
Okay. Okay.
You got to be within range of the cigarettes and the other booze and the actual food joints, because let's face it, even with a good cook, people aren't coming to the strip club for the food. And yeah, she's just, you can tell she's eyeballing as you guys like go down a given street that has like, the main strip that has most of the shops and stuff might have a couple restaurants. She's kind of eyeballing. So what we want is kind of out of the way, but not really. Feels out of the way.
All right. Just glancing around, like, okay, okay, okay.
And I mean, a place that's got a decent build would be nice, but I suppose if you're going to get it and gut it in the first place, it doesn't matter.
True.
It would be nice if we could find something decent.
It would. It would.
So what's your plan for when they're like, no, thanks, we like our business the way it is?
Gods is over. Do you really want to know the answer?
No, not really. I just needed an answer like that to know it was that serious. Okay.
Look, Joel has his ways. I have mine. I'm doing Joel's way in a different method. Got my people working on that.
Not his way at all.
No, look, I'm giving Joel's way in a different avenue of my business, but this way, sometimes you gotta do some gangster shit.
Well, I mean, you've got to be doing it a different way because I'm pretty sure Joel bought that place.
Yeah, but exactly.
Like, and actually, built it.
Well, exactly. Sometimes you gotta do some gangster shit. Plus,
Might
we
be
have
harder to pull off in the middle of downtown Roanoke.
Well, you never know. I do have a rep.
Yeah, but in the nicer downtown sides of Roanoke, they're gonna have cops.
Well,
back alleys right now.
Well, you leave that with me, and I'll figure that out. Like I said, sometimes you gotta do some gangster shit, and sometimes it's better to scope up the place. I'm not gonna walk in there and be like screaming at everybody. No, you suss out things, you investigate, and then you make your moves.
She just puts up the hands like, look, as long as I don't get in trouble.
Why would you get in trouble? Yeah, because I'm gonna bring you. He gives a smirk over his shoulder at her.
Yeah, I mean, you never know if you be like me and my side piece are here to. I don't know.
I mean, unless you want to play that role, I don't give a shit. Smirking.
I mean, if it means getting a criminal name attached, probably not.
No,
gotta stay attainable,
Wasn't exactly planning on throwing you knee deep into the gang life.
I mean, I know I wear the leopard print, but I'm not quite a criminal.
No. It's working over. No, I wasn't planning on doing that.
Oh well, thanks. You're so considerate.
I think you prefer to be, more on the sidelines, that type of thing. The eye candy type of deal.
I mean, it's kind of a nice vibe. I can't lie.
There you go then. I don't mind it.
You know what else we should do is make sure it's actually a nice apartment, but not too far from a nice apartment complex.
We could look for an apartment complex while we're here.
Just gritting. Don't want to have to walk too far to work. If I don't have to drive, all the better.
True. Like I said, we could do both.
She does like the eyebrow waggle, like it.
And we can do both. We can look for a nice apartment complex while looking around places like this too. Two birds with one stone, that type of deal, if you like.
Proverbial two birds, one stone.
Hmm. That kind of broke up for me, so I didn't hear a word she said.
Proverbial two birds, one stone scenario.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you don't want to.
Oh, don't worry, I'm already apartment hunting.
Oh, well, excuse me. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Friends. Why do you think I know where any of these streets are? Oh, turn here.
Yes, you did need those.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell she basically takes you on like a loop around of like there's Roanoke isn't as big as some cities are, but there's a decent area. She's not going into she's not having you go to in town where the closest things they have to proper like skyscraper type buildings are. She doesn't want that heavy business area. She's having you essentially go around that outer layer where you start getting all the little shops and restaurants and all that, and well, there's definitely like a good number of clubs in this area, And you guys have been to a couple on the outer areas. It's like, no, we need to move it a step. This is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But she'll eventually start pointing places out. Essentially, like, it's not the worst. Most of these aren't standalone, which is a shame. Gotta worry about neighbors.
Probably standalone's the better option.
I mean, standalone is nice. It means you're not sharing a wall with anyone. It also means you get to actually have your own parking lot, which is nice, especially for when things take off. Because if you do as good as this was, as good with this as Joel did, you'll need your own parking lot. That or like a parking deck nearby. That could work.
Just nods.
Looking around.
Just nods. Okay.
Let's check out a couple on the street.
Turns the car again.
Let's actually get on the parking deck and see what's within, like, a reasonable block or two walk.
Let me just find a place to. Yeah, I need to find a place to park the car.
So yeah, we park up. And she'll pop out the car, grab her little clutch purse, like, yes.
Yeah, he'll just ease out. Hands in his jacket, that type of deal. Just kind of glancing over at her. I could just offer out his arm.
Oh yeah, she'll take it readily enough. She got those heels on. Because she knows how to survive in heels for an entire fucking night. So pull it off. So she is the clickety clackety half of this relationship.
So how you been? Just they're walking on. I imagine they're just like glancing around and all that.
Oh yeah, initially it's just getting down to street level and then walking down the street, eyeballing places, and you can tell Maisie's being super critical, actually. Not even just a little, is actually being super critical of like, no, I don't like their neighbors. Nope, I don't like this. Been alright. Work's going alright.
Just alright?
Well, it's weird kind of going around your week as normal when you've got suddenly two people you give a shit about on the other side of the state.
No, two people. Eh?
Two whole people.
I wonder who they
Shocking.
are.
Two at
Grunts
once.
over. I wonder who
Well,
they are.
I don't know if I could tell you. You might get jealous. Grinning.
I am the jealous type.
Mm.
Why? What are you worried about them for?
Oh, well. I mean, you know, crazy thing when you actually like being around someone, you want to be around them all the time.
Nah, really?
Sucks
Really?
being on the other side of the state from them, especially because it's like, you know, an achievable distance, but a really inconvenient, can't really pull it off frequently distance.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the worst. It's like a massive dick
Oof.
squeeze all the time.
Oof. That's rough.
No, it is.
It must be two pretty special people to get you feeling like that.
Sorry, give me that line again.
There must be two pretty special people to be got you feeling like that.
Oh, they're definitely special.
Kind of raises an eyebrow, like raises an eyebrow. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
She starts snickering. A little pat on the shoulder. Aw, don't be uptight.
I ain't uptight.
I see you giving me the side eye.
Told you I was a jealous type.
Fair, you did. Well, I'll have to pray that you never cross paths. It could be absolutely tragic.
I know. Smirking.
Grins. She finally looks over and, like, you know, starts fiddling through her purse, pulls out, like, because, you know, they're going to have a fucking cover charge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on,
Oh, yeah.
see what kind of madness this is.
Yeah, he'll take out his wallet and be ready to pay and all that shit.
Oh, boy. Trying to figure out how many of these we want to hit. All right, we'll do this one first. As you wade in, and thankfully neither of you are wearing any white, because turns out this place has definitely got like a black light thing going. At least for the moment. A lot of laser lights. Pretty big place. Reasonable amount of people. Massive stage.
Whew.
Admittedly, like, set out so that it can get circled as much, but you can kind of tell that, like, there's a good population, but at the same time, it's already. You know what? Give me. Let's start working out on this. I have this nearby. Let's see. We'll have you, Mr. Anton. Gonna get you like some business points somewhere. For the moment, it will be
This is streetwise.
perception streetwise. Just kind of get a feel for it while I put on whatever you've linked here.
Oh yeah, like I said, I imagine that club has this type of music, that type of music blaring. Oh, that's a fucking shitty roll. I had to fail. I'm not a boss or anything, just to fail.
What the fuck is this video?
Oh, it's a weird video, but amazing music. Actually, to be honest, I actually have a really good playlist, but it's for the wrong type of nightclub, so I'm not gonna link that one.
That's all right. I will keep listening to this one in the background. And yeah, this sounds pretty on point. So you guys wade in. Basically, as far as Anton can tell, decent crowd. not bad. Good number of bodies. The stage is large enough that you've got like the pole and then just the area around it for other girls to be in, which they are utilizing. Is pretty big. A lot of lasers, very flashy, and with the black lights going, it's odd. Like on the one hand, it's really interesting, especially with the girls dancing, at least while they have clothes on. But it's one of those things where like you kind of get the silhouette effect.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? He's going to get Maisie's opinion on this because while he may like it, he'll glance over. Maisie's has more of that sense about her, about what is actually preferable. So he'll glance over at her for her opinion.
Oh yeah, she goes ahead, comes in, gets the token drink because you got to have a token drink, finds a place to sit, and just honestly, unless he's going to nudge her early on, is going to take it in for a couple.
Yeah, no, like
dance or two.
Yeah, he'll wait for like whenever like amount of time that she's gonna come, and he'll let her do her thing, like get the suss of the place. He'll get his own token drink and kind of follow her lead on this one because he's not too sure himself. You know, it's like, oh, this is nice, but I could say that about every fucking club we've been in. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna wait and see what the expert's opinion on it is, really.
So yeah, you settle, and it's maybe a couple dances in, like I said, that she finally starts. You see her start losing interest in the stage, and she looks around and starts really checking out like what's the crowd like, what's on the walls, what kind of posters, what's the bar setup like. You see her, just leaning, looking.
Mm-hmm. They eventually lean over. So what you think?
Well, I keep trying to decide if this is like a special, like a weekly thing or something. The black lights.
It feels more like a rave.
Flyers.
Kind of squints and looking around. It feels more like a rave, if anything. Not that I'm complaining. It's just, you know what I mean? Yeah, you kind of squint around, you know.
It's a niche. Like as she, glances one way, glances the other, finally looks back. It's niche. So like, she nods up towards the stage. If your girls had scars or had something going on with this kind of lighting, you'd never see it. But
well, considering some of the demographic I will be dealing with, it might actually suit. He gives a very honest, like, yeah, that's actually not a bad suggestion there.
I mean, it's good for covering things up. It's not good for showcasing your girls' things like smiling. You smiling in those lights would look creepy. Your teeth would glow,
True.
and teeth usually glow like yellow.
True. No, it just nods. Like, I can see that point too. He's just kind of nodding to himself. But then we don't have to do it every night, though, would we?
Oh no, it's totally good for like a theme thing, especially if you want to like pull people in that haven't been in a while. You do like a blacklight night.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
For the novelty, but the other thing I'm noticing is this place is kind of almost at capacity.
Huh. Is that a bad thing?
Oh no, it's good for them, but how big a crowd do you want to pull?
I mean, enough to make a decent amount of money. Nothing to like. I don't want like the world at my feet, but enough enough.
She's gonna choose her lip. I wouldn't strike it off the list, but you definitely need to have nights with the lights out.
All right. Well, we're not gonna fucking blow our load early, so we'll put it on the maybes.
Solid maybe. Who knows if there's anything really much better? At least this already has a pretty good patronage, which is nice if you're starting with what's there.
Well, at least we're starting strong. At least just nodding to himself, like yeah.
It's not bad. You definitely want to. She like kind of wrinkles her nose at the people who are out at the tables and their shirts are kind of glowing dully. Like, definitely want to make a rule against white shirts and black light night. Basics. The kind of like, fucking pleb. Like,
so uncivilized.
Pretty much. She's so comically snooty inside the club.
I not gonna lie, I prefer more the that kind of dark industrial techno music really to this, really.
All
Better vibe.
right. Let's
I
check the
just
next place out.
Yeah, once he's front to finish the drink, yeah, he just eases back up with her.
Yeah, she'll let you keep talking on the way out as you guys, do your little waves to the people and head out.
I just think it captures more the style, you know what I mean? Particularly for some of the dancers, I think it fits the whole style better. That does dark pulses, the dark like heavy bass and all that sort of stuff. I think it speaks more to the primal nature of like people's desires and shit.
I can see it.
Maybe I've watched too much like early 2000s movies, but do you know what I mean? It fits.
Really into the whole primal urge thing.
It's just not even that. It just fits the vibe that we're going with. We're a gang. We're not just some. Do you know what I mean?
Well, are you going to be open about the gang opening? Or are you going to have like a whole mix thing going?
A whole what?
Are you planning to make it really clear that your gang owns the club? A lot of legal issues, or are you just going to have kind of someone to be your face, someone to be like that big jolly manager at the club? And
We've got a face. We've got a face. We've got a face. We've got a guy who's actually pretty solid at being a face for this type of club. Look, this is his area, you know. But no, maybe I just want to just make it that kind of overtone, not saying it. Do you know what I mean? But do you know what I mean?
Just a vibe you're into?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Little redecorating and changing the lights goes a long way. Don't worry. No, pat him on the shoulder.
Give us a smirk.
Trust me, we can make the club look like it goes from one theme to the complete opposite with a couple lights changes and some decoration. Especially if it's set up well, yeah, it's really easy to change it out.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Just nodding.
All right. So the two of you go on a saunter. I'll put it this way, the next one that she, pokes her head into, you guys don't stay very long. Or at least she doesn't seem very interested. It's just... It doesn't catch her imagination at all, but it's not bad.
Yeah, he kind of was like, oh. Yeah. You can see why it doesn't catch her imagination. It doesn't even catch his imagination that much either. He's like, you've seen one of them, you've seen them all, really.
Yeah, it's just very run of the mill. And whatever little things she's looking at in the details, she just doesn't. It's one of those things where you come in, you look around, like, yeah, the dancer's good, music's okay, but no, next one. Oh, what's up?
Oh no, so he's like, so while they're walking like to the next club after they leave that one, has he been talking to Jane much?
She doesn't seem to be as talkative over the phone as you are.
That's Jane for you, yeah. Jane's not kind of talkative in fucking general. Look over smiling.
She's different, but it's all right.
Must be jarring for you.
It could be a lot weirder.
It could be. Still doesn't make it less jarring.
It is. It makes it easier to remember that, she's Jane, not Ash. But there's moments where it comes out,
Mm-hmm. Like I said, it must be hard for you. Give her a hand to squeeze.
It is. She finally, I mean, confesses giving a squeeze back. It is, but she's still kind of in there, you know?
Okay.
It's not quite a completely different person, but it's pretty wild. She doesn't do the things I expect her to, the things I'm used to.
As long as you're managing, all right.
I'm doing all right. And it'll help when I can get out here and see more of her.
Good.
Definitely help. Definitely help.
Why do you feel distant from her now?
Yeah, it probably wouldn't. I don't know. It probably wouldn't feel like she was so far away if we had more chances to talk. But it's not like I can just swing by if she's
True.
been quiet.
True. No, that's a fair point.
I figure maybe if I'm close by and, you know, I don't know. She just doesn't seem very into the phone anymore. So maybe it'd be easier if I was close enough that if she was feeling that kind of way, she could just swing by, or I could just swing by.
Mm-hmm.
Get used to seeing each other again, you know?
I mean, it's a good suggestion.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it used to be, you know, we were a state away, but she's on Facebook all the time, so it didn't feel like being very distant. She was just right at my fingertips the whole time.
Mm-hmm. He's just nodding, like listening, just nodding his head.
And I mean, she'll chatter about it, like the difference. Tries not to get too like in the weeds about it. Let me see if this is the one I was thinking of. Oh Jesus! Nope. So for comedy's sake, the next one that she, you know, kind of decides to trot across the street and through the parking lot too. Will be a bit bigger, definitely a bit bigger, standalone. Um, and as you guys are getting in, you know, there's the speakers, there's the music, there's things seem a little more modern.
Mm-hmm.
But as you do come in, it seems like they're having a beach themed for the summer.
Yeah, he kind of just raises his eye, like, oh.
Maisie is fucking like she's keeping it quiet, but you can see the smile.
Huh.
Where he gets pretty normal after she takes off the inner tube.
Ah, that's disappointing. Smirking. I'm actually let down by that. I thought it'd get even weirder.
Oh, you should see if they're having good fun on theme nights or oh, they could be the best. I mean, you're doing the same thing all the rest of the time, and even if you skill up, it's still the same, you know, do a sexy dance. But on nights where it's something like this, it gets to be very entertaining, and especially if you have multiple girls out at the same time, the stupid things they can do with an inner tube are awe-inspiring.
I believe it. He just nods like, yeah, I believe that. I believe it. I believe it. Just staring like, wow.
This is evidenced by the fact that this girl, at least initially, like on the lead out and kind of the intro dance, is she leaves it on. She even has the hands on it, like has grabbed a hold so she can sway it around to emphasize the hip swing. Like, it's just being ridiculous.
Oh yeah, he'll enjoy it. Just leans back, like just smirking.
Oh yeah, Maisie's getting a kick out of it. That and every so often she bumps the little beach ball around. Like, just happens, just, you know, coincidentally happens to boot it over there. Like, ah, Just utterly ridiculous. She does end up kind of laughing and pointing back behind the thing. It's like, I do like the sign though.
Smirking. Yeah, he's just watching. So aside from the comedy, what do you think of this place?
It has room for expansion on patronage. They look like they've got some good regulars, but not nearly enough of them. The signage is good. The stage isn't bad. And if it's as big as it looked on the outside, there's probably a decent back of house.
Mm-hmm. So is this one of the top scorers, or?
Yeah, she does like a casual lean back and a glance towards the bar. I could use some of the simple classing up, like these chairs. She like pats it because it's one of those things where when you've seen one restaurant chair, you've seen every restaurant chair.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy enough to do. Oh, but it's not bad. They got the fog machines in good places.
All right.
You know, she's pointing.
All right.
Bet you they have flare machines too when they just want kind of a ground level.
All right. Well, we'll definitely put this on the high up then. If it's taking all some of the boxes very well, at least.
Hmm. No, it's really not bad. Like I said, this place is actually. I mean, think of it as kind of being modular. The frame is solid, but it's plain. So when you add things like, she points out the lights, the string lights, you can change the entire impression of the club by just changing out some lights or changing out some props.
All right.
Eating a little.
Just give us a nod.
Chews her lip a little bit.
Just gives a smirk over at her.
She's so judgmental. It's amazing.
You're so snooty. Lean whispering.
Hey. I just know what works. Okay?
No. Puts his hands up, oh no. That's okay.
You brought me along to be opinionated.
I did. I just was not ready for the level of high class sophistication that you're bringing.
Well,
I'm out of my depth,
Well, when you've worked with some of the best, just a little let me polish my nails.
Oh, well, do you know what I mean? So tosses his head back.
Oh yeah, and I mean she's tips, so she's being ridiculous. You guys have gone through a lot of places, and even if she's getting only one drink a place, eventually it catches up. Maybe you should go see what the back rooms are like.
How the fuck am I gonna do that? Running over.
Buy a dancer, obviously.
All right.
Just looking over,
Not gonna be jealous.
Oh no, because you see differences, you can touch me. So
He just nods, you know what? Just that kind of figure point, you got a fair point there. You know what
I mean, unless they got a racket going back there that I don't know about, which I want to know about, by the way, if they are.
Yeah, he'll go pay for a dance. Fuck it, he'll indulge it. Let's see what you got. You know what I mean?
Are you ready, Anton?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, give me a dance. Fuck it. What is this? What am I walking into?
So, right now they got a ridiculous beachy thing. They got the big bulbs out and all that stuff. But you head into the back and, whew.
Oh my! He even steps in there. Oh.
Oh my.
Huh. Oh, that's pretty surprisingly classy. He's just walking around huh.
Oh yeah, you get led back. There's some that are obviously you're bypassing ones that have 2 doorways in for parties of people. But just take it back to one of the smaller ones. But again, it's the same big, comfortable couch, nice classy colors. The plants are a little much, maybe, but in the paintings, Jesus Christ. But
Mm-hmm.
definitely got more of a like classy hotel feeling to it.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, well then. Yeah, he eases back, lets the dance happen. Like, I'm just like, huh, it's not
I'm not even
bad. Yeah. He even comes up like, huh. Walking over to Maisie, which is, sits back down. It wasn't actually that bad.
Oh. Really?
Nice rooms.
Yeah?
Very, kind of like a hotel. I mean, the plants are a bit much, but, it was pretty styling.
Oh. High praise.
It's actually quite laid back.
Maybe I should have gone to dance.
Sparks over.
Oh yeah, she's just hilarious about it. Just like, oh well, shit. Maybe I should have gone to dance. Not classy, Jesus.
It was. Well, it was pretty nice. Sparking over. All right, Lady Lou. What's next on the list?
I saw one more, but it looks kind of ridiculously big. And to be fair, if anything, they're either maybe new or I mean that or they got a gang behind them too because Jesus, it is.
Let's take a look. Just be curious.
Okay. And she'll actually the two of you head out, hop in the car, and she actually has to take you around to the other side of this, kind of the shopping areas and all that. And yeah, the building you approach pretty big.
All right.
And by big I mean it's
Oh.
big.
Oh. Even that sound of whistle when they walk. I imagine when they walk in, like, whoo.
Yeah, you guys step in and she's like looking around like, oh yeah, this place has got to be brand new.
Brand new, eh? It's nodding to himself like, huh.
You mean look at the screens?
Oh, I know.
I mean that or recently renovated, one or the other. But
Recently?
Jesus, look at it.
Just glancing around like brand new, eh? Yeah.
Practically a fucking restaurant.
Yeah. Hmm. He's just glancing around, just like it's like, huh, huh,
Sus.
a little bit. I don't know. It's the restaurant in the middle. I don't know. It doesn't kind of suit the vibe, doesn't it?
I mean, it's not something I'd go for. It might work for them, but the fact that it's got like I mean, I'm used to a lot of seating, but this restaurant style thing that they've got going on, I don't know.
Feels weird to me, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's big,
Oh, it's big.
but I mean, look. She like points out like look how far we are from the stage.
I know, right?
Imagine trying to watch that from all over this room.
Mm-hmm.
There needs more stages or less room,
Exactly.
or put it up on the screens. But there is some girl just go to town up there, but no, the screens are things like sports and television and whatnot. Like you see wrestling flash up at some point, and it's just like, I'm not. Is this like a strip club sports bar? What?
Looks like it.
Oh,
He looks over. You sound so unimpressed.
It's the whole thing where she's gotten her token drink and is just looking around and is kind of. I
Take
don't
this
like
on
it.
Take this on the bottom of the pile.
I mean, look at it on the bright side. If it turns out to be competition, it'd be pretty easy to pick apart. Jesus.
Yep. Well, let's put on the pile. All right. So, I imagine they finish their drink here and just leave because, no, Maisie doesn't like this place. Even he doesn't like this place. Like, too commercialized. Ugh.
No, she just. I don't. That's the thing, especially if he even jokingly says it. She's like, that. That's it. It was. I didn't like it.
No, I didn't either. To be fair. All right. So, the ones that scored well were the one we were just in before that. The comedy one. Yeah, that was the one we were just in before that. Or the one at the beginning with all the crazy neon lights and shit.
Yeah, and I mean, you can put neon in anywhere. So
True.
at this point, depending on how much you're planning to, reimagine the place, it's mostly about the building.
Which would you go for out of the two, building wise?
I mean, if you want to be pulling in the kind of patronage we have in Richmond, you'd need the other one, the standalone. The first one, like the neon, was nice and all, but it was.
It's not big enough.
It's not big enough. Not for the kind of people you want to pull in. I mean,
Okay.
a big stage, but better to have multiple stages than one that takes up half the room.
All right, then. Well, I'll tell you what. I gotta make a pit stop, but if you want, we can go apartment hunting after this. But I gotta stop by Lucky and let him know I might have found something for him.
Okay,
So that's cool with you?
sure. Do whatever you need to do. I've got you for the rest of the night, so.
You do. He gives a smirk.
She like leans back like,
He'll hop in the car. As he's starting up, he'll take out his phone and he'll ring Lucky because he has Lucky. He'll ring Roxy because Roxy's the one he usually gets to go to talk to Lucky.
yeah. There we go. Keep them even. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Where's Roxy? Where are you, you evil bitch? I love you. And of course, I mean, the phone picks up and it's like, oh, hey, honey, what can I do for you?
Hey, Roxy.
Hey.
Got some good news. Lucky's gonna want to hear.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I might have found a place.
Oh, for that business you was talking about.
Yup.
Oh. Well, okay.
Gotta do some takeover, but looks like it's got decent stage work, decent good sized building work in the center of the commercial area. With enough push and enough pull, we could easily take it.
I mean, if you can get your hands on it and it's a good place, let's fucking do it.
Well, I wanted Lucky to kind of scope it out if he could as well. I've after taking a glance, but if he wants to take a look himself, or do you want me to just go and straight do it?
Hey, what's the name of the place? We'll get a look around.
Yeah, stick his head out the window. Just, I imagine, it's whatever name. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. All right, no problem.
So, let me know what you think, and then if it suits your needs, I'll send the boys in.
Oh, this is right up in the nice area, isn't it?
I only get the best for you.
Aw. I like you more every time we talk, Anton.
Oh, thanks, Roxy. I got that thing underway. I put my man on a bill and another guy. They'll get cracking on it as soon as they can.
Which thing? You talking about the place you wanted Lucky to run before?
The charity work thing.
Oh, Lord. All right.
They're on it. It's just, you know how these things take. They take time.
I mean, I haven't really gone into charity work, as you might imagine, so
No.
I suppose it takes however long it takes.
They're getting it done. They're getting it done. But
All right, sweetie.
you let me know. You and Lucky let me know what you think, and then if it suits everybody's needs, I'll send the boys in, and then I'll let you know to come in and clean up.
Oh, sounds very hostile takeover.
That's exactly what's happening. Cheaper.
Oh,
You make sure you got the right girls who want to come in, and you run the girls how you want it. Simple.
all right. We'll go get a look and see what we got going on in there.
Perfect. All right then, Rocks. I'll see you soon.
Oh yeah, I'll give you a call back. Don't you worry. We'll have a nice talk about it, Lucky and me.
It just gives thank you, Roxy.
Bye.
It just hangs up and glances over at Maisie.
Maisie's just glancing over with the most like, oh my god, can anyone actually be that nasal? Just, oh.
That's Roxy.
No, she sounds.
She's a Spitfire. Ooh.
Yeah.
But looks like the word's in. So Lucky and I are gonna take a look, and if it's all good, me and the boys will take it.
Is the guy's name actually Lucky?
This is a nickname. Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Yeah. Look,
What?
street nicknames are often the most simplest thing.
He actually goes by Lucky Charms on the Cold Heart streets.
Yeah, of course, because he's lucky. Just does the duh. Do you know what I mean? And he's charming. So he's luckily charming.
He must be if he can go around with a name like Lucky Charms. Jesus. I mean that or he's built a brick shit house. What are the other?
He ain't built like a brick shit house. It's charming. All smooth, you know. He's a pimp, so.
Oh.
Working over. I mean, he's a good guy. You know what I mean? Takes care of the girls and all that. Doesn't like force them into it or any of that shit. If he did, well, be damned for him. Nah, he mostly takes ones and like runaways and all that stuff in. Helps out some of them that have been badly damaged too. You know, him and Rox are decent people.
I mean, if you say so, I'm just. She like put the hands up like I did.
He just reach over it. Look, Roanoke ain't exactly got some nice neighborhoods, so some of these girls don't really have much of a chance.
Oh, I believe you. I mean, even Richmond has its shitty sides.
So it's giving some of these girls like, you know, they're driving along. It's giving some of these girls a real like opportunity to actually get some decent pay.
I mean, if you think about it, that's practically what Joel's doing too. So
exactly, not all bad.
well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna use the whole business model.
We'll see. We'll see what we're working with.
Just gotta make sure it's safe for the girls.
That's always been the main priority.
Yeah, once there's a nice agreement going around.
That's why I'm encouraging, like, say, girls like you, that other one, the red-haired one from the club. She's been in Joel's club for a while now. She's one of the older dancers.
Oh god, let me see what I named her. I know I shamed myself over their names. Oh no, I'm gonna have to go back and look. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So I reached out to her as well. I'm gonna eventually need like a proper like manager for all this type of stuff, and she seemed like she got the experience. So the right kind of pay, she can actually help organize that type of shit.
You know, we were teasing her about having to retire. So yeah,
Yes.
such a shame.
So it's all about getting the right business model up and getting the right pay for a lot of people. That's all I'm about.
I mean, as long as it all works, it all works. Whatever it takes to make it work, really.
And if there is any fucking trouble, I'll handle it.
I believe you.
Good. So what type of apartments you've been trying to find?
Sorry, something stupid got me by surprise. It scared me. Wow, that was. Oh, internet, thank you. But yeah, she glance over. How long do you think it'll take you to get all this on lockdown?
Not that long. We move pretty fast.
Like to get all of the background stuff secure and everything?
Well, like I said, you didn't want to know. You just smirk over.
You know, I don't need to know details. I was just looking for a general timeline, so
About a month.
that checks out. It's believable.
Yeah, about a month. It gives a nod. Yeah, a month. About a month.
All right.
Why? You want to move?
Well, I mean, if I'm going to move, it's nice to know when to plan to. I'll probably have to break lease to do it anyway, so
Probably.
always nice to plan ahead, make sure the new place is paid. Make sure you've
Pretty
got all your
nice.
paperwork in line for the old place.
So I know you're worried about Jane, but why are you worried about me? Just gives a smirk as we're driving. She mentioned 2 people.
Just smirk over. I mean, did I really say I was worried, or just that I had these 2 people on the other side of the state?
Oh, you said worried.
Hmm. Well, damn it.
Oh shit.
Pretty much. Oh shit. Maybe I'm just worried to do a replacement with a different side piece.
Nah, I missed the turquoise hair too much.
She just like run a finger across the banks, like ah. I mean, it's not like you're involved in a life of crime or anything. Nothing to worry about there.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so I mean, I can't imagine what I'd be worried about, really.
Why? Just glance over. It's just kind of odd. And you're worried about that because.
Well, you guys, yeah, she leans over. I mean, at the risk of, I guess, technically being a little bold, you guys don't exactly seem to do things quietly.
True.
And I have been keeping track of the news from Roanoke. And there may or may not have been a headline recently.
What headline was that?
Oh, one about some definite gang violence. I don't know if the headline "Warehouse Full of Corpses" would maybe ring a bell.
Yeah, Anton does his best. Just like, I'm just gonna just drive the car.
I'm just gonna drive the car. Don't mind me. Nothing wrong.
I don't know if she's perceptive enough, but she can try reading.
Yes, reasonably so. Her work is very social.
I'm just gonna drive. Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna roll substitute. I'm just gonna drive the car.
Let's give her a shot.
I'll give it to her. I'll give it to roll.
She's still a relatively normal person, so we'll go for that.
Ooh. Oh wow! Hot
One
diggity shit.
sir, and then I will take my answer.
Oh.
All right. So what do I get?
So, you know, it's mentioned. You know, he knows what headline that is. He knows exactly what that is. You know, so there's this kind of she sees that this. I wouldn't say he looks haunted or traumatized, but there's definitely a marked silence to him. It's like his body movements are almost muted in a way. His hand even grips the steering wheel a bit tighter than he maybe anticipated he would. You know what I mean? It's almost like, all right, I'm going to focus on driving because if I look over and have to talk to her, well, then I'll get caught out and have to talk about it. So we're going to drive and look around, or we're going to look out the window. We're going to, do you know what I mean? We're going to do anything but, you know, not address the topic, but appear engaged in the topic, if you get me. Because if I'm engaged, that means I'm going to read it more and you'd have to remember it more. And you know what I mean? So it's very much like actually the gif here. It's like he's deliberately like, man, this fuck you. Who? Do you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie. I actually figured you would. You okay?
Me? Yeah, absolutely.
You were there for that, weren't you?
For what?
Whatever happened in that warehouse?
Yeah.
And as he's doing the whole like, man, look at these buildings, she just reach over and like lightly rub the, you know, the outside of his shoulder a bit with a hand. You okay? Like
Well,
really?
she notices this. Like she can pick up on this. The second she touches him, his eyes. It like he keeps an eye on the road, obviously, but she always sees that he's immediately aware. You know what I mean? It's like he snaps almost to attention, like a spring. But he's like hostile, aggressive. He has to keep his eyes while driving. But she knows that subtle kind of reflex. You know what I mean? Imagine it reads his tension in the body. You know.
We don't. I mean, I can just let it go.
I'm all right. It was. I'm all right.
You are totally lying, but I imagine you just don't want me to worry.
It's a combination of that and not talking about it.
Okay, well, not talk about it. But so yeah, I might worry a little bit.
I'll be all right.
Will you? Or do you
Physically,
just-
I'll be all right.
Yeah, well,
There's a fucking statement. Jesus.
I mean, physically all right is good and all, but you know, pretty as you are, I am worried about a little more than just your body.
This would be easier if we could stop somewhere.
Okay.
We just, fortunately, we don't have a headache. And smirking over, just a slight bit. Like, unfortunately, we don't have. You know what I mean?
We could hit a hotel for the night.
That'd be nice.
Okay. Let's find a hotel that's not in the middle of everything, or is in the middle of everything, if that's what you want.
Just quite as good, quite safe.
All right. So outskirts.
Yeah,
If you head that way, I think there's like a Holiday Inn.
yeah, we'll go there. Fuck it. Hey, I mean, I don't know if she spots the subtle signs of it. Like, oh, she got like 4 successes, didn't she? She got like something off the chain. Peony wise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. She's seen all the subtle signs of like,
It's changed from how he was acting like a minute ago.
yeah. She's watching. Like, he watches the mirrors. He drives this way. He's not like freaking out essentially, but it's like he's been put back on the high alert that he. It's like he took off whatever armor or mask to relax around her, and it's like he's put it back on again. Do you know what I mean?
Ironically, she knows exactly where some hotels are because she may have planned to come look for a day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she'll point his way to one, and honestly, she's got the money. She'll just fucking get a room, get the key cards, and honestly, just let him chill in the car or wherever he wants to do, and just be like, "I'll go get the room real fast."
Maybe just don't.
And yeah, when she's got it, she'll like lean out the sliding doors and like do the little wave a key card, like.
Oh yeah, just gets out and starts walking over. Just like a glance across, left, right. Yeah, we're good, and starts heading over.
Yeah, she will just wait for him at the door, and is like, "You're a key card, sir." Just
Oh well, thank you.
press in his hand. Help him like, let's be ridiculous again for a bit, just to play like it's normal.
He's like, oh well, thank you. Just slides on in.
And yeah, you guys like hit an elevator, finally get up to the appropriate floor, walk down the hallways, get lost at least once trying to find the right room because they're numbered badly.
That's always the way.
Finally find it, is like, ah, are you ready to unveil whatever the hell we just got?
Oh yeah, well, break it open. I'm ready.
Proceeds to fight with the door for at least 3 tries, finally gets it to actually register the card properly and unlock.
Yeah, it kind of winces like, ooh.
Oh yeah, this is every penny I paid for right here. She's like, card in and pull it out quickly. No. What if I just leave it there for no? Okay, what if I just kind of like gotcha, motherfucker. Finally gets it open. Ha. No door can outsmart me.
Yeah, he immediately puts his foot between the doors so it doesn't close on them again.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And so yeah, once they've got it popped open, she'll do the little step inside, flick a light. I'm like, oh, this isn't the worst. I mean, it's a Holiday Inn.
It's not that bad. You glance around like, it doesn't smell like shit. It's nice. It's always a plus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know,
Nodding to
right?
himself.
Smells like fire beats. I can take it.
Oh yeah, no, definitely a getaway.
Oh, the vacation I always dreamed of. As she saunters in, and you'll note you're on like one of the higher floors. You saunter past the bathroom may have like a big whirlpool tub. Look, she has needs. One of them is
Needs,
giant.
goddammit. Yeah, needs, goddammit.
Yeah, it's
We
got
look
like
for if it's got a balcony. Yeah, he'll head out there because finally.
yeah. So she saunters in, lets the door, locks the door behind him, puts out the little "Do Not Disturb" sign, like there, and promptly, dramatically flicks her clutch onto the bed, like I'm home. Yeah, lets him wander for the fucking balcony. It follows him out.
I should just ease down on whatever deck chair there fucking is because imagine it's a deck chair. It's totally a deck chair.
It's a deck chair.
Then just immediately puts the cigarettes out the table like oh.
Ah, you can breathe easy once more through a filter.
No, I like doing this. I like watching out things. You know what I mean? And the place I normally crash out, there's a balcony.
People watching?
Kinda, yeah. I like overlooking things. It's like a perch, you know?
I guess.
There's something relaxing about the whole thing. Particularly at night.
Watching all the little lights bob along.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, it's out in the countryside, so you see all sorts. You know, you hear various animals. You see dim lights in the distance. You know, it's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
You okay?
Not me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a giant tub. I have everything I need in life.
Yeah. You seem a bit apprehensive.
No, I'm good. I'm definitely good. And she will. Because she's a smart girl, but everyone has their foibles. So she leans over to just do the little arm rub again. How about you? She starts up a little bit again.
I mean, it's better now that he's got again. He you know, I'll let her have the lead on from the force because that was a hot empathy roll. He seems better now that he's got a chance to sit down and survey. You know what I mean? It's still there underneath the skin, like little, but it's more subtle now. If you get me, rather than just overtly obvious. There's a more of a nuanced subtlety to it.
Better to be up and kind of out of the crowd. Look at it from a distance.
Yeah, you get to know your playing field. It's kind of how I learned how to manage.
It's definitely not the worst tactic I've ever seen.
That's what kept me alive.
How many times did it take that to keep you alive?
For the first couple of months that I was involved in all this, good few times.
Woof.
I was just on my own for a while, figuring out things. I was pretty lost.
So what finally? I don't know. Solve the alone part.
Ugh, acceptance. Yeah, puts a cigarette in his mouth. Just kind of got used to it.
Sounds kind of shitty.
Yeah, he looks over for kind of like a smile on his face.
There's a little bit of a grin. Like that sounds pretty shit.
Yeah, so still having trouble adjusting to that now. Now that got a lot of responsibilities and a lot of people, but yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to be depressing you with this shit.
I mean, if I didn't want to know, I wouldn't ask.
That's fair. Just not like, oh, I can't argue with that logic. Huh. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll cover like that's right.
Any more questions, then, detective?
Oh, do I get to actually go full detective now?
I mean, if you want, I don't mind.
You sure?
You'd be a pretty hot detective.
It's a sticker. The whole you.
But no, if you want to ask me, you ask. I'll do my best to answer. But I will add one condition. If you get me something for the mini fridge, if there is a mini fridge.
Oh, there's definitely a mini fridge.
Well, could I have something from that? I think that's only fair if you're going to be interrogating me.
You know what? For you, I guess.
Yeah, once he's got like a drink, like something, I wouldn't say something like super strong, but something like whiskey, something with a kick in it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, she does. She doesn't even fuck around with it.
And
So of course, something that won't make him regret his entire life. But
yeah, something that still hasn't something that still conveys the flavor of it. And then yeah, just be like, well, ask away.
So why do you do what you're doing?
Which part?
Doesn't really work.
I saved a young woman from a pretty shit situation, and I guess I couldn't look away anymore after I saw more young women and young men and other people in similar shit situations, I guess. Kind of stage where once your eyes have opened, you can never quite close them again.
How does that take you to a headline like that, though?
Some of those men in there were responsible for a lot of dark things. Carried a lot of guilt with them for the things they've done. How that same gang that we encountered smacked around one of our girls just because they could. You know? And sometimes everybody in that line of work, they do these bad things and they don't expect anyone to ever come and deliver any form of justice to them. And I did. Doesn't mean I like doing it.
Dark Robin Hood?
No, not like Robin Hood.
Well, no, I guess not. But I don't know, more Punisher?
Kind of. Sometimes, if you want to catch the monsters of this world, you gotta do a lot of dark things to catch them. It changes you. Changes you a lot, actually. But it's either that or just pretend like the horrible things in this world don't happen. Like, for example, take her hold of her hand. Saw girls like you get drugged up, forced to do things, locked in some dingy fucking house, and sold like cattle. And they would have never gotten out there if I hadn't turned up. Police wouldn't have done anything, really. Everybody would have just forgotten about them. So I made a choice. And there's consequences with it. It's like anything. But I don't regret it. Not when I saw their faces when they finally realized that they had hope in them. They could actually make it out of there. It's a really strange thing to see hope appear in such dead eyes.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
No, I'm not scared.
Okay.
So you're doing it for the people that can't do it?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Getting your hands really dirty to get it done.
yeah. No, there's a saying that when it comes to killing, there's no going back. If for the right or whether it's for the right or wrong reasons, it's gonna brand you. And it sticks. It all depends on what brand you choose to wear. I am not some sadist or some murderer or some gangbanger that does things for the kick of it, for the delight of it. I do it for the people who can't. And sometimes that leads me down some
parts that is I can't look at myself in the mirror anymore.
All right. I have a plan.
Okay.
She gets up and moves her chair around, like the scoot across the little patio.
Okay.
And puts herself in front of him so she can look him head on. Indulge me, okay?
Sure.
What parts of you can't you look at?
What do you mean?
Well, I put down the drink. I know you're holding the cigarette with the other one.
Yeah, he does. Puts down. To be real, he puts down both things.
Oh, puts them both down. Scandalous. And she takes the hands. Kind of, hoists them up a little bit. Can you look at your own hands?
I can.
Okay. He said he can or can't.
I can.
All right. So what part of you can't you look at?
He just extends his hand and just plants his hand very gently on her cheek.
Yeah, she'll let it loose once he says, he can look at his hands. They're not the problem.
It's not like it's weird. I look at myself in the mirror and I look at myself in the eyes and then my hands start shaking.
All right. And oh, Anton, you've got full eye contact now. So what do you see in them? Is it the way they look at you? Is it something you see past them?
It tells me something back. It tells me a line that I heard once and it haunts me to this very day. And then it replays all of the terrible things I've done. With that line just repeating over and over again.
Okay. She finally scoots in a bit. Can she tell me what it is?
Why do you want to know that?
Because I like looking in your eyes.
Why?
Because I don't see and hear the same things you do.
What do you hear?
Do you mind if I She like gestures at him, kind of like, do you mind if I essentially invade your personal bubble?
He just shakes his head.
right, Anton. She's a dancer. Personal bubbles are pretty malleable things at best. So she just climbs right up onto his lap, still facing him. Plunks down, essentially sitting on her heels. But way closer. Looking in the eyes. Oh, I did see them get jaded once. But then again, back then I didn't know what I was looking at.
Okay.
Brushes the fingers through his hair, just like, there you go, buddy. It's all designed to be very soothing, and weirdly, it's not hypersexual, even though she's right there up on his lap. If anything, it's the intention is a lot more intimate than that. She's getting close enough to really look him in the eyes. But since then, I've seen those little tones in the back. And you're talking about, well, I stole what's calling her Ash. Then you told me about finding her, helping her. I've seen you at the club, seen the neon reflect. I've seen that point where you're actually smiling and the lower lids come up just a little bit. Now you can tell it's a real smile. And not just when you're putting on for show. It does show in the eyes. And I've seen a lot of different shades and a lot of different colors. And I've even seen you go flat sometimes. But that's not how you look at me.
It says I can't even look at you. It's what the mirror says back to me.
Well,
But like this, she's locking eyes with him. Oh yeah, there's that. Oh, she can see the effect it has on him.
out a mountain of pain.
Yeah, once he repeats it, it's literally like it. She sees it.
Does he try to avert his gaze when he says it?
Yep.
She just gently reaches up and sits the no. Just, it's not harsh. It's just no. Just reaches over and goes to bring him back around to look at her.
He doesn't stop her. He knows it's a vain attempt, but he still tries. But she sees it. Jesus, you know what I mean? I imagine it's probably a system shock. Whoa.
Well, I can.
That's it's not fair.
Why is it not fair?
It's just not fair.
Oh, I'm not very fair.
No.
But I can. It's emphasized. Like, it's those tiny motions of the face. Because she is looking him right in the eyes, one and then the other.
I can see that.
Nope. The kind of things your gang has gotten up to. But I know what you've done with Jane. And I know what you would have done if you thought someone had hurt her back home.
Yeah.
And even knowing that, I can still look at you.
So I can take it this is you being serious.
I know it's not always serious when a stripper climbs onto your lap, but in this case, yes. She cracks a slight smile. It's like we're going to diffuse just a tiny bit with humor.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, it's pretty serious.
Falling for me that quick.
Maybe I can't handle you beating yourself up.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I wouldn't like to see much of anyone beating you up like that. But you
True.
certainly don't need to do it.
True. But
Not
you're
even
totally falling. But you're totally falling for me.
She cracks a smile. I gotta say, I'm getting pretty attached.
Keep talking like this and I'll put it like this, I don't think I'll let you leave.
You might be a little hard pressed. I didn't bring everything with me from home.
I don't really mind. He struggles to say it. You can see him trying to breathe, almost breathe. Thank you.
For caring.
For being able to look at me.
For a second.
Many people can care and not look.
Yeah, you can hardly stop me. I like looking at you. You don't stand like other people do either.
Oh,
Hmm.
and how's that?
Chews the lip a little bit. Still just like right there in front of him, but like, let me think. You ever studied I mean not actually studied psychology, but social psychology?
Nah.
Like, how you can mess with people if you're talking to them and you take a little step forward. They'll always
Mm-hmm.
take a little step back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's part of my job.
Okay. So what do you see then? Dr. Maisie.
She splits into a smile. You don't engage with people. Not the same way everyone else does. Makes sense why you like the balcony so much.
Well, why do I engage with people? That's so unusual.
It's things like, unless it's unless it's me or I guess Jane. Actually, you've done it with Samantha too, but you don't point your feet at the person you're talking to.
Point my feet.
Hmm. It's a subconscious thing when you're want to be in a conversation, when you're interested. You stand and you fully face the other person. Your feet point at them. But when you're talking to someone and you would rather move away. Even deep down, just would rather be talking to someone else, would rather be somewhere else. You don't put your feet at them. You do the slightest turn to talk to them, but you leave your feet pointed away, like you're poised to walk away. It's a social tick. Everyone has it.
Hmm.
Your feet are always pointed away. You don't actually engage people. Most of the time. I mean, I can't say for when you're home with everyone else or around here. Just what I see when we're out.
I'm very good with people. Well, I am, but
I was about to call you a liar.
not in the way that most people think.
Do you feel like you have to be separate from
Yeah,
because of the things you do?
yeah.
That's probably why. You're really good with people, Anton. You just don't like to be. You don't feel like you should be.
I don't deserve to be.
I think that's a matter of opinion.
It is.
Spoiler. My opinion's different than yours.
No,
A
really.
little lean in, like, just in case you hadn't guessed. Like,
So I take it, judging from all this talking, Maisie, he's still got his hand on her face. I take it, Jane isn't the only reason you're eager to stay.
no. No, I'm afraid she isn't.
You're afraid?
It's the polite way of saying it.
What's the non-polite way? I don't think we've been polite since we've been talking.
It was a bit of a grin, and she leaned down and it's the lightest little peck. She's definitely not the only reason.
You're surprising me.
What's surprising?
You're loyal, kind. You can read people very well.
I'm really not that good.
Read me?
You tell us. And who the fuck studies that? I found that out on like a random video online.
Still pretty smart to remember it and use it.
Well, yeah.
Shows you do have brains.
I've got a couple brain cells to rub together, if I do say so. Like, pats her hair up, like, that's right.
Well, there you go then. So you got some smarts on you. And you're witty and funny. Not to mention beautiful, so
No, not to mention.
I mean, I think that goes without saying.
So again, it's very, very sweet little smile.
I think if you keep buttering me up, I think I'm pretty much convinced to keep you here at this point.
Sooner or later I'll have to actually, find an apartment and not just a hotel room. And, go get my things from Richmond. Gonna have to let go eventually.
No, I don't think I can.
Might get really expensive keeping me holed up in a hotel room.
Might be.
Mm-hmm.
I could just take you back with me.
Where?
I couldn't. Well, no, I couldn't. Jane have a conniption fit.
Oh,
If I took you to our old hideout,
get into the secret hideout. Not cool enough yet. One day I'll learn the secret handshake.
I think Jane would lose the plot altogether.
Oh, it's good to know she cares that much.
It's just we're in the middle of a kind of a tense situation, so you
Well,
know.
maybe you shouldn't be going back to the secret hideout either.
Really,
Sounds dangerous.
there's just a couple of places up by Natural Bridge that are actually much safer than just a hotel room. You can like rent a cabin; it's pretty cheap. We had to do it before.
Well, like the Airbnbs?
Kinda, yeah.
I
Rent them for a hot minute. Crash out there for a while.
Yeah, because Natural Bridge, there's like, isn't that where like the Luray Caverns and stuff are? I'm sure it's got some touristy stuff.
Yeah, that's basically them. I grew up there.
Oh, really?
I was a tour guide fella. Yeah.
What? You were
Yeah,
a
I
tourist.
used to do the wilderness tour guides. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You were just like a dude with a climbing harness and hiking
Yeah.
boots.
I'm a very good climber.
For some reason, this is the funniest thing in the world to her.
But yeah, no, I grew up in Natural Bridge.
Oh. I mean, I could always have a little bit of a layover between the old apartment and the new one.
True. Well, I could take you there now if you like.
Romantic cabin in the woods.
If you can afford a couple of days off.
Joel will manage.
And you don't tell Jane.
Don't tell Jane.
Yeah, why not? Keep it between us. Maybe I like having you as a secret.
I don't know if it's much of a secret. I asked her if it'd be okay. Like, this is the wince of like,
You-
oh, I did
You
that.
did. You did. Maybe I like the fact that you and me are a secret that I can bring you to one of these layaway cabins near where she is, and she has no idea.
That's downright devious, Anton.
It is. Besides, you've asked her. She had no problem with it. As far as I'm concerned, it's just between me and you now.
Fair. All right. You want to find a different place?
Now we can go in the morning. I mean, they're easy to book, you know?
Oh, well, good. Then I didn't waste money on this hotel room.
No, I wasn't gonna do that. I was not gonna do that. Yeah, it was like a genuine, like, no, Jesus. But it would be nice just to have somebody that I could de-stress with. That wasn't involved in all this.
You know, I could definitely be that person. Just totally not involved in this, and yet.
Also, you don't ask a lot of questions, which is nice.
Well, you see, if I ask the questions, I'd have to really be ready for the answers, and
It's not even that. Like, rubs his thumb along her cheek.
tips the head a little bit.
You do ask, but you ask in a very different way than everybody else asks.
Do I?
Yeah. Most people just want to know the horrible truth right there and then. Rip off the band-aid, tell me everything, and then they react as if they never wanted to hear it. You don't want that. It's more...
Well, no,
You-
that sounds terrible.
True.
Great.
Or you don't want to just... You don't just, oh, that's nice and listen and whatever. It's more... You listen. You genuinely listen. And then you don't just focus on the deed itself, you focus on everything around it, myself, what's happened. I know only one or two people who did a similar tactic, and they're very dear to me. It's like you have very genuine empathy. You don't try and cloud it with bias and anger over things that have happened.
Yeah, there's a certain amount of like, going on.
So, yeah.
Sounds like you have a lot of really shallow people in your life.
Shallow people?
I mean, why would I ask if I didn't want to actually listen to the answers?
I have some good people in my life, I do. Some real good people. That girl I told you about that I saved, she's good people. She's been with me through it all, you know?
Should I worry about the competition?
No.
Well,
It
the
seems like a
teachers-
genuine. No, it's not. It's not like that. You know?
Okay.
It's more, you know, when you just. It's hard to explain.
She just kind of sways the hands, like, meh. It's okay if
When
you.
you've been through a situation like we have, it's not that competition or anything like that. It's just. There's always going to be a deep connection, but not in. Do you know what I mean? Not just in. I wouldn't say simplistic or like demeaning way. You know what I mean? It's more. We've been through a serious traumatic event together. It's more like I'm not good at it.
It's okay. You really don't have to explain yourself.
But no, it's nothing that you need to be worried about. If anything, no. It's just we're close, which is what
That's
she
good.
needs.
It's okay. I'm not. She finally, like, picks the chin up a little bit to look at him. I'm not going to just assume the worst. You can have friends that are girls. You can have close friends that are girls. You don't have to explain yourself to me.
Okay. Well, just there are some really good people, and then there are some that they're wrapped up in their own shit, which is understandable. They've been through some shit, but yeah.
But it's got to be good to have some friends that actually have their stuff in line well enough that they can actually give a shit about anyone else.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Then, if I'm going to preach about looking at you, I'm just going to have to. Don't mind me. She just. Again, she's deflecting with humor, and it's funny because what she's doing, again, it's not sexy. This isn't like I'm just going to turn on the Mac. But she does like I'm just going to have to take this shirt off of you. I'm sorry. This is absolutely necessary for science.
Yeah, he's kind of raises an eyebrow. She does it. I mean, like he doesn't mind, but it's kind of like that. Oh, wow. You know what I mean?
She just pulls her shirt off over his head and just plops it in their lap like, there you go. Okay. Sorry, go on.
What's that for? Kind of like, okay.
Change space.
Change the pace.
Mhm.
By taking off my shirt.
Well, your mind's totally switched tracks now, hasn't it?
A little bit.
Oh, well, there you go.
If anything, I'm a bit surprised.
Really?
No, not really, but
I take off my clothes all the time.
you
Great.
do. You do. But yeah, no. Um, there's some people that are very self-absorbed that I know.
You know, in the interest of explaining, sorry, it's kind of a habit.
How by randomly stripping me?
Well, that's usually not my go-to tactic, but you know, I like to think I could get away with this in this particular situation.
Eh,
A lot of I'm not I don't want it to sound shallow now.
okay.
Oh,
No, tell me.
um God, it really I'm trying to think of a way that doesn't sound bad even in my head.
Maisie, just say it. Like he touches her face, probably just make her like, oh,
Oh, hello. You're shirtless now. Me like it.
just say it.
It's kind of like a habit from work. People, yeah, there are people who come in who have everything fine in their lives and just want to throw money at pretty girls, but that's almost never what's really going on. And I've learned that a lot of times the best thing you can do from someone, if you don't have the kind of time it takes to help them with their problems, the best thing you can do is find a way to help change gears, you know? Not pretend it's not happening, but at least kind of put it in the back of your mind. So, sorry if that was really weird,
No,
but
sorry.
it sounds like things are off. I thought it would help you switch gears.
I mean, it surprised me.
Well, that's a step. Doesn't really work if it's not subtle. So,
Oh, it was surprising. That's about the only kind of commentary I have on it, really.
I kind of figured you've been a lot more naked than this in my presence before, so you wouldn't mind.
Oh no, I don't. Yeah, so
Oh, good. And if anyone happens to be watching, she just kind of like glance around at the other like balconies, like, well, they better take a picture. It'll last longer.
you know that. Take her hand and put it onto the stab wound that he has at his side.
And,
You
I
know
mean,
what? Let's see how she reacts.
it's funny because here's kind of the beauty of dealing with a normal person. She doesn't necessarily understand where it came from. She's not going to look at that and think, stab wound. She's going to be like, oh, a scar. So, like, he takes the hand and sets it there, and she doesn't, like, immediately get distracted by it. But he can feel the fingers just kind of play over it, like, that is a texture.
It kind of twitches just a tiny bit because ooh, ticklish. That's I nearly died from that.
What? Oh. Like, kind of, like, glances down finally at it, like, oh. Like, actually starts to pull the hand back, like, oh, I shouldn't.
No, it's fine. It doesn't hurt as much.
What was it?
With a knife.
Oh. God, really? Actually, like, leans a little bit to look at it, like, oh.
Mm-hmm. Nearly died from the infection of the wound. Which is
Jeez,
not lying. That's the best part because he did it.
Why would you? Why would you put my hand there? Totally. Like, this is the light finger brushes now that she's been reassured. Just like, oh. Ironically, it probably makes it even more like ticklish because it's very light touching.
Mm-hmm. Kind of winces just a tiny bit. Well, I wanted to see what you do.
Apparently, I just grab things without thinking. That's what I do.
You didn't grab.
I mean, yeah, but it seems I feel kind of rude poking your horrific stab wound.
No, I just wanted to see what you do.
How did it go? Did I win?
You did.
Oh, well, that's a relief. Jeez.
You didn't think, and you didn't have to. Oh, I better be nice and touch this, or do you just did.
Well, I mean, you put my hand there. Why would I assume
Most
that?
people just assume.
Sounds like you deal with a lot of weird people. You
I
think
do.
way too much about like literally everything.
I do.
Yeah. This is what you get for hanging out with weirdos. You should hang out with perfectly normal strippers like me.
Oh, I think it will be.
Pro
So-
choice.
Tomorrow, I'm gonna take you out to that, cabin place for a couple of days. Okay?
Mhm.
We're gonna do more of this. If that's all right.
Yeah.
For now, though. And with his strength for you, he's just up.
Oh. Considering how she said, it's pretty much just like hooks a hand under each leg and he can stand, and she's just gonna be like,
Mhm.
"Oh, well, I'm here now."
We're going inside.
Oh. There's a kind of whoo as he stands up, and she's just like, "Oh,
Because I saw Tobin there, and as much as I get to perch out in the balcony, I know what you like.
oh, I get two things I like."
So, I'm taking you inside.
And the smile just kind of grows a bit like, "Aw, all right."
But,
After all, you are coming with me, so I can't complain.
you lean in and peck her on the cheek. Thank you.
If I'm going to get rewarded this much for acting normal, I am set.
It's not normal for me.
Maybe it should be.
I can dream.
You don't need to.
Oh, well. He just nods, like, he doesn't say anything. He's like, you know what? For a comment like that, yeah, he just hefts her up, and yeah, in they go.
Oh, that's it. We're going inside now.
Yep, pretty much. No words necessary. We could totally, end it there.
Just fade it out right
Yeah.
there.
Totally.